Testing, testing. Okay, let's go. So, I want to talk about this very touchy subject, the one percenters, the one percenter patches, the one percenter clubs, all of that. Let's talk about it. You know, everyone seems to be like real afraid to talk about it. Well, you shouldn't be. You know, bikers are real nice people if you get to know them. You know, you don't have to be afraid to talk to them and this and that. Just, you know, don't touch their values and don't start telling them what to do. That's the most important, because then that's when you might leave. You might go home in an ambulance or something of that nature. So just don't touch their lifestyle. You know, don't just don't do that. And don't force your views upon anybody else, because that can end badly. And that's exactly what I wanted to talk about. So all this information that's out there about the one percenters is simply somebody's point of view about it, okay? And it's somebody's club rules. So there's a certain club that has certain rules that they set, and that's that club's laws and rules. It doesn't mean that everybody has to have the same views as that group of people does. Okay? And usually the club owners, they know what the hell's going on. So they never force anything upon others. They say, hey, these are our rules. You know, if you want to live by them, you know, we can teach you how to do that. If not, get the fuck out of here. So it's that simple. And they'll never go up to somebody else and say, hey, well, they may just to kind of see the reaction, see what kind of person it is. But, you know, so what I'm trying to get at is, it's just a point of view, and you cannot force your point of view on others. You can try it, and it may work if that person is weaker than you, but, you know, in some cases you may get your ass beat. So if, for those people who are interested to know about our point of view of the one percenters, I will tell you. Now, this is informational use only. This information is not forced upon anybody. You know, I don't, I have these, some kind of mechanics, some kind of welders that think they're bikers. They wrote me in the DM on Instagram, and they didn't like that in my club I don't ride a Harley or an American-made bike, and that I have women in my club. Well, first of all, fuck you, first of all, okay? Because I told both of those people, I told both of them, I said, listen, if one man comes to another man and says, hey, I don't like the way you're living your life, that's an ass whooping right away. And I told him, let's meet today, right now. You have insulted me. Let's meet and let's settle this. And after we throw hands, we can maybe shake on it and do business afterwards. That's the type of person I am, business oriented. Okay? But that disrespect has to be accounted for. Now after this, they blocked me. So they found my page, they added, they talked shit when I proposed my proposal there. What I just told you guys. They blocked me. So that was that. Anyway, so get back to our club's views about this. Now, we have done extensive research, historical research. Let's look at this 200 years back, not 60 years back when the guys came back from the war and started the clubs and stuff. Let's look at it 200 years back, because anything that we have in our modern world right now is an element of the past. This right here is a horse. I'm riding a horse, but now it's metal, and it eats gas instead of grass. Okay? You see a business, right? You see a business structure. You see a school. There's a hierarchy. There's the main guy in the school, whatever his name is. You got the other guys. You got the secretaries, the teachers, the kids. That's a hierarchy. Okay? You look at any business. You got a president, vice president, blah 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 blah, all the way to the dishwasher. Okay? That's a hierarchy. So anywhere you look at a church, you look at anywhere, basically at any business structure, it's an hierarchy. Where did that come from? From 200 years ago and further back in history, because there were nightly orders and they were built in certain ways. Okay, I hope you're following me. Okay, they were built in a certain way. Now that is a huge secret as to how they were built. And that secret has been uncovered by the Expeditionary Force. Our bike club was, the Expeditionary Force gave birth to our bike club. And our bike club is built using that technology, that hierarchy that we have discovered. Now, I'm not going to tell you how it functions and how to do it, because that's basically our thing. So I will tell you the elements, okay? So, they say, so why you don't have American bike? Because I like reliability. Why do you have women in your club? Well, first of all, our women, they don't ride bikes, but there's a lot of stuff a woman can do in a club, like take interviews, like wash dishes. They can answer phone calls. They can just sit there and look pretty on camera. There's a lot of stuff women can do in a bike club, okay? So those are the answers why our bike club has those different rules, because we have different views that we don't force on others. And, we're completely cool with whatever your philosophy is, whatever your club's philosophy is. We don't care. We have our own, and we're doing our own thing. That's it. Now, what is that darn 1%er? And where did that come from? Taking someone's patch. Okay, so just think of it like this. You're born 200 years ago, right? All of a sudden you're like grown up now. You didn't train or anything. You just kind of, I don't know, maybe you had wealthy parents back then too. You didn't train how to fight. You didn't train how to hold your sword. So you go out for a ride on your horse, and this other guy on a horse comes up to you and he says, "Hey, give me your sword." You're like, "Well, what the fuck? Why should I give you?" He says, well, basically he just stabs your horse, he stabs you, and he takes your sword, and that's the end of it. So, so from my point of view, that's where that came from, is because that guy deserved to get his sword taken away from him, because he did not train day and night. He did not train himself to be better, the best at everything, just basically because you had to back then. Back then, and then they right now a lot of people think that the 1% are supposed to be scary killers and whatnot. Well, 200 years ago everybody was a killer, so that wasn't wasn't uncommon. It was okay to kill. It was just how life was. It's now it's not okay to kill, and people that kill, they're looked at as scary and stuff. But yeah, I mean, to kill someone is very simple. You don't really need to do much. But now, if that other person is spent his life training, it may be a little difficult to kill him, and he may kill you. So that's where those roots lie. Somebody coming up to you taking your patch. Well, if you give your patch, then he does that person that took it. He deserves your patch because you gave it to him. You see what I'm saying? Because you didn't train yourself to stand up for yourself and beat the shit out of him. And hey, and if he got a club standing behind him, well, that doesn't matter. Then you're gonna die in battle. And that's the most honorable way to die, is to die in battle for your sword. Okay? And I can't wait to die like that. I don't want to die any other way. That's my way of dying. Do you guys have a way that you want to die? It's a very philosophical, very interesting thing to think about. Not too many people think about it, But why would you not know how you want to die? That just doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, so the one percenters back then, they didn't, that's why they're called 1%. They never were a part of a club. A bunch of one percenters, they can never get along because they're lone wolves. They will never be in a club unless they meet so-called someone of another level. And that other level is someone who was a one percenter, but he has died for this world. Like, nothing in this world interests him. So he died to, some people like, they have their dogs, their family, their work that they cherish, and all this stuff. And that's this world, that's what I mean by this world. Some people really love to eat food, some people love to drink, party, women, that's this world. And there are one percenters that have died for this, like they don't want any part of this world. They died for an idea of an organization. And a one percenter will only follow that type of person. A one percenter will never follow anybody else. Because, like I said, one percenters are lone wolves. They are self-sufficient. They don't need anybody. They don't need anybody to give them work. They trust me, they'll figure out a way to get money. They'll figure out a way to live without anybody. And I mean nobody. They don't need nobody, especially in the organization of other one percenters, until they meet a certain person. But let's look, what do we have below the one percenter? Below the one percenter, we got the duo, two people, friends. You see all these movies about two guys, riding in their bikes or in their cars. They're riding around, they're doing crazy stuff, making money, they're robbing banks, selling drugs, or whatever. That's in our time. Back then it was a little different, but ideology is kind of the same. It's two guys, two friends. So what do we have below that? Below that, we got groups that are more than three people. So from 3 and on up, it could be up to 200. Those are called Sporas. Those are the type of people, they want to, they just love to be in groups. They can't be alone, and they can't be with another friend. They need more people. They feel very protected. They just need a bunch of people. So, and that right there is from a historical point of view. Now, again, guys, I am not forcing this upon anybody. These are my views and the views of my club. upon this subject from our research. And I'm not forcing any of this on anybody. This is just information. Okay? So, historically, what we have learned is what I just described, the SWORAs. The SWORAs is those, groups bigger than 3. The duos, the 1%ers, and the 0 level. Those are different levels of preparation. Okay? So, that level of preparation is what decides your level in the hierarchy. Okay? In any hierarchy. Say, you come into a business structure and you're a 1%er, right? Well, you're going to start at the bottom and you're going to work your way up quick because you know what the hell to do. A 1%er always knows what to do. He can go into any business structure and make it, make them make more money because he knows what the hell to do. If you are on another level, say you are at the SWORA level, so you like groups, you're most likely going to go into a business, to hang out, to kind of party with new people and so forth and so on. You're not really going to bring much to the table, and thus you will not rise up in the hierarchy of that business. Okay? So, those are my views on the subject of the 1%ers. Now, if another person writes to me in a DM about the patches, about the women in the club, about the Not American Bike, I'm going to send them this video, which is going to be much easier. That's the reason I made this video. So, what else did I want to say before I end? Well, it's already 17 minutes, so that's it, guys. I'm out.